Hi, I'm Davy, and I'm awesome! And welcome to Davy's Awesome Movies, where I review the styles of movies that I love, the alternative, B-rated, cult-style flicks. This week it's more of a movie that was just kind of bashed and forgotten, but I still love it. This movie was made in 1999, and it was written and directed by Jeff Franklin, and it was produced by Adam Mirams, and it was made by Baumgarten Entertainment, as well as Prophet Entertainment, and distributed by independent artists. Ladies and gentlemen, the not very appreciated romantic comedy, Love Stinks. The movie opens with Seth Winnick, played by French Stewart, mostly known from his role as Harry on Third Rock from the Sun, and Chelsea Hunter, played by Bridget Wilson. Sorry. And they are getting their friends, Holly Turner, played by Tyra Banks, and Larry Hunter, played by Bill Bellamy.
Got to get to Vegas.
Holly. Hello, bride-to-be.
Seth and Chelsea are getting married.
You know you can still back out of this. Oh, would you stop already?
But Larry doesn't think it's a good idea. On the plane, Larry gets Seth to go to the bathroom with him, even though that's really not something that guys do together. So he can talk Seth into calling off the wedding because of everything that Seth and Chelsea have been through.
It wasn't that bad.
Oh, just wait. Larry goes into how they met.
You know, you guys are going to be walking down the aisle together.
Seth was one of Larry's groomsmen, whereas Chelsea was one of Holly's bridesmaids at their wedding. Chelsea really likes weddings. Seth really likes Chelsea. So much so that during the reception, he basically completely ignores his date in order to watch Chelsea while she's dancing with some other people, rather than just go up and ask her to dance himself.
I myself suffer from white man's disease, which is the #1 killer of rhythm.
That's a real thing. Don't believe me? Go watch some of my dance breaks. His date calls him an obscene name and then storms off.
Cute little pet name she's got for me.
I like it.
Thank you.
Dude, would you just eat that piece of lettuce already? And it turns out Chelsea likes him too.
So tell me everything you know about Seth Winnick.
So Holly tells her about Seth, how he has no ex-wives, no kids, and makes really, really good money because he is a sitcom writer. But also gives Chelsea the advice that she should wait at least 3 dates before sleeping with Seth.
Oh, at least 3 dates. Don't be a hoe, dear.
Old people can be fun. After the wedding, Seth and Chelsea decide to go out, have a nice little date at the planetarium, then go back to Chelsea's place, where she tells him that she's a decorator, and introduces him to her cat.
I'm deathly allergic.
Oh, Gracie.
I wheeze and...
There's my...
I'm not allergic to cats, I just really, really hate them. Then they go back to Seth's so he can show Chelsea how badly he really needs a decorator.
Well,
You need me.
Apparently she agrees. They start to kiss and get hot and heavy, but then Chelsea puts the brakes on because of the 3-date rule.
I never sleep with a man unless we've had at least 3 meals together.
That's not right! So Seth, doing some quick thinking, puts it together that they had dinner at the wedding, and wouldn't you know it,
darn if I'm not ready for a little breakfast.
really dude, so they go to a 24-hour mini-mart.
This is the best microwave egg burrito in town. How?
That is clearly a Hot Pocket! Seth has an idea of what they should do after breakfast.
We are not eating lunch.
Nice try, man. So instead, they go play a rousing game of mini-golf.
After 18 holes of professional miniature golf, I'm famished.
Famished. Is that the word? Since they've now had their 3 meals together, Seth wants to, you know. But Chelsea tells Seth that if they do this, she wants an exclusive relationship, even though they've only known each other for half a day. Seth is a little uneasy about being exclusive, and understandably so, since they've only known each other for so long, but she points out that it's either that or she can just simply be his decorator, meaning he can either have a really wild night of sex with Veronica Vaughn or
a few nice throw pillows.
Tough call.
What'd I do?
I guess they decided to go to the department store because he can't really be around her cat, and she didn't want to have sex in what looked like a teenager's bedroom. Then we go to the pilot of a sitcom being filmed that Seth and Larry wrote together. The sitcom is called Ronnie and Juliet. The character of Ronnie in the show is played by an actor named Jesse, who was actually played by Jason Bateman. And the character of Juliet in the show is played by an actress named Rebecca, who is played by Tiffany Amber Thiessen. This wasn't during a time where either of those two's careers were on fire.
I can't have sex with a man until we have at least 3 meals together.
That sounds familiar. In case you're wondering, yes, that stuff happens. Even when writing movie reviews and funny stories or stuff I do with my brother, yes, we do take stuff from real life and throw it in there because sometimes real life is really funny. You know, after it happens. After the pilot is wrapped up and everybody's celebrating, Chelsea goes and tells Holly that Seth is the one.
Does he feel the same way?
Please, he's a man. He has no idea how he's feeling.
I know how I feel. A little bit hungry. The president of the network approaches Seth and Larry to tell them that he likes the show and he's glad that they didn't waste it on NBC.
It is so over for those guys.
That's Peter Bloomstein, the former president of NBC. They threw that joke in there because at the time he had just left NBC, and I don't know why they thought everybody would get it, as if the audience would know who the executives at NBC, CBS, or whatever were. Back to Chelsea.
I'm gonna marry that man.
You'll see. At an after-party, Seth encounters Tawny.
Hey, you know, if you ever need an actress that looks like me, don't forget, I look like me.
As soon as you spoke, I hated you.
Well, just do me a favor. Don't ever give that bimbo apart.
Listen to her. Seth comes home from work one day and his house is now fully decorated.
I hope you like dogs.
He's so cute.
I love dogs. In fact, someday I'm gonna get a puppy and I'm gonna name him Pup Daddy. She shows him another surprise.
Oh, it's one of those baby rooms.
That's, coming on a little bit strong there. Now Seth is a huge Elvis fan, so Chelsea has one more surprise for him.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you very much. I love Elvis too, but I don't want to have sex with Elvis, even if it's girl Elvis. Instead, why don't you just dress like Sonya Blade? After they have some fun, Chelsea has something to say to Seth.
I love you.
Oh, already?
Wrong answer, dude. Very wrong. Although I should try that one. The last time I messed with my wife that way, she said I love you and I went, awesome sauce. But after some fighting and her threatening to leave, Seth finally tells her that he loves her too.
You are required by law to say,
I love you too.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Chelsea goes to Seth while he's at work with an emergency. Her cat ran away, which means you should celebrate. And she makes him leave work to help go look for it. You heard me. They can't find it, and because of that, Chelsea says that she can't live in that place anymore because of all the memories of her and that cat.
So I'm moving in with you.
Keep in mind, these two have known each other for only 4 weeks.
If you really loved me, you'd want me there all the time.
It's a trap!
Hi, Chelsea and Seth can't get to the phone, so leave us a message and we'll call you back.
Kids, that is what we used to call an answering machine. It's how we got our voicemails. We had to have a separate machine that we plugged into the phone. The phone that we could not, in fact, take everywhere with us. The next morning...
Look who's back! Gracie!
Kid! Seth gives Chelsea a ring.
It's amethyst.
Yeah, it's your birthstone.
I'll have you know that Bridget Wilson's birthstone is a sapphire. Don't ask me how I know that.
Oh no, I said it's nice, thank you.
I don't think she means that. But, like a typical guy, Seth is clueless.
Don't you want to make love?
Okay. Go ahead.
She tells Seth that she's disappointed that he didn't propose.
Isn't that what people do when they're in love?
Not when they clearly have a very big fear of commitment. But Seth explains that his fear is because of his parents having a very rough divorce. Apparently his dad became an alcoholic, his mom became a lesbian.
Dad became a transvestite to get Mom back.
That's a rough divorce.
You are so unfunny.
That is the absolute worst thing you could ever say to a comedy writer. Ever! Excuse Excuse me. Seth and Chelsea make a deal that they give it 1 year from that date, Valentine's Day, and if things are going good in their relationship, then they will get engaged.
Yeah, I'm feeling the love.
Then we go to the show Ronnie and Juliet that somehow got picked up and a TV taping of it.
Are you ready for your sponge bath?
I'm filthy.
Seth hired that dumb bimbo, and Chelsea's not happy about that.
Don't bother coming home.
It's his house! Thankfully, though, when Seth finally does go home, Chelsea has calmed down.
Can I please make it up to you?
Hell yeah, you can! This review is going to get me in a lot of trouble. Next, it's Valentine's Day.
Isn't it a little early to be in our PJs, cuddling by the fire?
And it's now the deadline. If things are going good, Seth needs to propose to Chelsea.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Aww. But inside the box. But inside the box, it's not a ring. It's actually 2 very expensive diamond earrings, which most women would be happy about. Not Chelsea. Yeah, she's not happy because she, again, was expecting that Seth was going to propose to her. But Seth points out, the deal was that in a year from now, if things were going good, and that whole year had actually been a little bit rough. They basically spent the entire year fighting, making up, and having make-up sex. Chelsea says it's because he won't marry her, and she doesn't understand why.
I am pretty. I am sexy. I am fun.
And, you're not even the least bit scary.
I think a little space might be good for the relationship.
Are you breaking up with Bridget Wilson? She takes the $10,000 earrings he bought her.
Well, hey, Fishy! Here's $10,000 worth of fish food!
Okay, right now I'm on his side because I'm just pissed thinking about that.
You suck! No! You suck!
And so do straws. Seth goes home without Chelsea and believes that he's done with Chelsea for good. Until the next day when he gets a lawsuit for...
Alimony.
Hello!
That's not all. When he gets home...
I get my mail here and my phone calls, which means this is my legal residence.
That didn't really shock me at all, even the first time I saw it. I mean, I grew up extremely white trash. You have any idea how many couples I know that have broken up but didn't move away from each other?
So this is what hell is like.
Later, Chelsea informs Seth that she has a date on Friday night.
I'm so over the marriage thing. Now, I just want to go buck wild.
Oh, hell, I'm already in trouble. That was not funny of me. I shouldn't have done that, even for a joke. Now the scene of the movie that went viral way before the invention of YouTube. Yes, farting. A scene about farting went viral in the early 2000s.
Oh!
Which I completely understand because farts are amazing.
Wait. Oh, man, I've got skills.
Got any more in there, big guy?
Oh! Ole!
You really should look up the whole scene. It's very, very funny. Then, on date night,
Marty's your date? You weren't supposed to be here.
Marty is Seth's agent. But I don't like calling him Marty. I prefer to call him John Delaney.
We don't care if you get it.
I just want to bang her a couple of times, huh?
Nice guy. Then Seth's date arrives.
You look adorable, huh?
Nope. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Don't care how hot she is. You know at some point on that date, she's going to speak. Because of these pathetic attempts to get at the other one, Chelsea and Seth start fighting.
Sad, really. You smell fantastic.
Think of it this way, Seth. Chelsea doesn't go out with Marty, and you don't have to go out with Tawny anymore. The next day, Seth takes Chelsea's cat to the pier. Nice! I wouldn't have done it.
I'm gonna kill you!
You know, I'm just saying, Seth, you could have both thrown the cat into the water and gotten Chelsea to jump in after her. Just saying. That's what I would have done. Seth's personal life is now affecting his work life. The way he's writing the show is making everybody mad. It's making the female character out to be a villain, which she does not like, which means it's hurting morale. The ratings are going down, and even worse,
the quality of my babes is going down.
Not the babes! Then Chelsea gets back at Seth for the cat thing.
You must have used my hair remover instead of your conditioner.
After a settlement cannot be reached between Seth and Chelsea's lawyers, Seth tries to settle it himself with Chelsea. He offers her $100,000 if she'll just move out. He even appeals to her human side, saying, "Don't you just want this to be over? We cared about each other at one point."
Yes.
Finally! And they shake on it. They're both blaming each other for them ending up in the pool.
Flirting with a primate.
Shut up.
You shut up.
And this leads to...
I hate you more.
And this leads to... hate sex.
You think it's better if you hate the other person?
Definitely.
But then the next day, Chelsea's now had a change of heart. She now wants $200,000. And she's put a restraining order on Seth.
You should have married me.
Bite me!
You know, that really would have been a lot easier. Seth goes to stay with his friend Larry and Holly. Holly doesn't think it's a good idea, though, because Chelsea might come over. And Larry says, let's not worry about hypotheticals.
Hi, Larry.
Man, she's evil. But still hot. Seth goes to his hotel, and suddenly it hits him.
There was only one way out of this mess.
So he goes to his house to get Chelsea.
I'm sorry, baby, but you left me no choice.
He's gonna kill her! No, he's not. He's just taking her to the perfect spot to do this.
To do this. It is way too late to try and do it. Oh!
No!
Are you crazy?
If this is a joke, I will kill you.
If it's not a joke, I'll kill you. He tells her, though, that it is not a joke, and that he does not want a prenup, and that he thinks they should just sell that house filled with the bad memories and later buy another one, and that they should just go get married right now in Vegas. And once they've convinced all their friends and family that they're serious and can make it work, then they will have the big wedding.
Yes.
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 Oh, how sweet. And everyone reacts to the news. Exactly how I would have. But Seth and Chelsea are happy. They've sold the house. They've gotten her a wedding dress, insured her engagement ring, and even Seth's show is doing better. The ratings are back.
And my babes are back.
Everything's great.
Dude, I'm begging you.
Call it off.
Now we're back to the present of them talking in that tiny bathroom. Now for the wedding.
In the words of the king, love each other tender and don't be cruel.
I wanted to go get married by Elvis, but the wife was like, no, let's have a real priest. She never lets me have no fun. However, when they get to the I do's...
I don't think so.
What?
And like an evil genius in a comic book film, Seth unveils his plan from the start.
Today, Chelsea dismissed her lawsuit.
Larry swears he didn't know anything about it. And Seth confirms that nobody knew about it except his dentist and his assistant.
Who bought my home and will be selling it back to me tomorrow.
And his jeweler who said,
that piece of glass on her finger was worth $75,000.
So basically, Chelsea has dismissed the lawsuit and has no claim to his home, so she can't bother him anymore. So naturally, Seth celebrates.
She shot me in the ass!
You're lucky she's a bad shot. The police show up to arrest Chelsea, and an ambulance shows up to come take care of Seth, who's been shot in the butt. And he screams to Chelsea that not only is he not ever getting married, but he's done with women completely. He's gay now.
Full-on Liberace gay! Man. I like showdowns!
For those of you youngins who don't know who that is, let me just stress, that's very, very gay.
We need new friends.
Yeah.
I don't think Chelsea or Seth are ever getting married to anyone. So there you have it. That's the unappreciated comedy of Love Stinks. This movie did not do very well. It had a $4 million budget and only did a box office of $2.9 million and got terrible reviews. Doesn't have great ratings on Rotten Tomatoes, but like I say all the time, Screw Rotten Tomatoes. I will give most of the critics this. It is a very one-dimensional film. As far as the acting in it, most of the main cast is really great. Most of the supporting cast, not terribly. Some of them did have performances like they were just phoning it in. Same with the humor. It was kind of a mix. Some of it was very funny and original, and some of it was redundant, old, and kind of thrown in. But it didn't matter because when you got to those good points of really funny stuff, they were really funny. Not to mention, I was a big fan of French Stewart when this movie came out. That was actually the two biggest reasons my brother and I wanted to see it so bad when we saw the commercials. Because it had that extremely gorgeous Bridget Wilson. And it also had French Stewart, who we both loved and laughed a lot at from Third Rock from the Sun. He was great in the role of Harry, and honestly, he's great in everything he does. He's just got such great comedic delivery. So based on that, if you have not seen Love Stinks, I recommend that you go check out Love Stinks. It's fun, funny, and worth the 90 minutes. And hey, it definitely doesn't end like a typical rom-com. Hope you guys enjoyed this review, and if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit that little bell so you get notifications for when I post new videos, and leave a comment. Tell me if you've seen Love Stinks and what you think of it. Tell me if you haven't seen Love Stinks, but now you want to see it, or don't want to see it. Love you guys.